Hi, third grade. Let's talk about how to add color to our wild things. So the color I think we need to spend 2 art classes on because I don't want you to rush it. I want you to try and use markers or colored pencils and crayons together. Adding the color, I would really like you to think about how to do it in an artful way, not in a quick let me color it in way. So try and do half today if you can do your characters today, and then next art class, go ahead and add color to the background. I think that would be a good use of planning our time. Now, if you have a lot of time today and color the whole thing today, next week there could be a different activity that you could do with your characters. Okay, so let me show you how I added color to this guy here. You can see that I have marker and crayon, and I would like you to try that. If you don't have markers and you have colored pencils, you could use those. That was a marker. You could use those as well. But what we're going to do is we're going to define the line again by adding color just to that outline of that shape. Then we'll fill it in with crayon. And I feel like we've done this before where we draw with marker and then fill in with crayon. So I've got this guy's sort of brown and orange, green, some gray for his horns. Notice that the eyes, the circles of the eyes are yellow, and that is really a trademark of Maurice Sendak. So I am going to require, ask, encourage, suggest, strongly, with feeling, tell you that the eyes should be yellow on the outside, again to connect it to Maurice Sendak. Notice I left the white for the teeth and the claws and the glimmer in the eye. So moving over here to this guy, I'm going to start with this maroonish color, and I'm going to trace just inside the edge, as well as some of these feather lines that I have. I'm going to trace the edge of the beak and come around. So I don't need to trace around the eyes. And I'm going to do all of my marker work first. I'm going to use gray for the horns, and I'm at least going to put gray around the edges. I could also trace my detail lines. Now, if you don't have markers and you do have colored pencils, let me show you what you would do with those. With the colored pencils, I would just press really hard on the edges to get a bold, dark line. And then I would change my pressure. Oops, there's my bold, dark outline, pressing really hard. And then for the inside, I would change my pressure, hold my color in the middle, and fill it in softly. And that's how you can do it with colored pencils. But if I'm using marker, then I would take almost the same color of crayon to fill it in. And again, I'm using light pressure, but I'm coloring neatly. And so as I'm coloring, my crayon strokes are close together. I'm being careful not to go into a different color. So I'm in control even though my color is moving a little bit fast. And there you can see how the marker and crayon can work together. You see that? Spin it around. Sorry for the spinning. Okay, let me just add a little gray to the eyes. I did not mean to say eyes. I meant to say horns. So here's a little gray crayon in the horns. And then I'm going to continue this idea to finish this guy here. I only have a dark brown marker for the feet, so I'm going to trace the feet in dark brown, but then I can use a light brown crayon to fill them in. And that's sort of what was happening here with this guy's face. I used the darker brown to trace the edge. And then I used a lighter tannish color to fill it in. Okay, take a picture. Again, some important thoughts. Split your time, split your work between this art class and next Monday. If you can, use marker and crayon together. Or if you only have colored pencils, or if you only have crayons, try this approach where you're pressing hard on the edges and softer through the middle. I am looking for excellent, high quality application of color. Shouldn't look like scribble scrabbles. Okay, and again, part of that is when I'm using my crayon to add the color, I want to move that crayon close together so I don't have big gaps. All right, have so much fun adding the color. I can't wait to see your drawings. Take a photo of it in progress. That means you don't have to finish it today.